So here's what the liberal media think about conservatives and Christians: that we need to be prosecuted, convicted, and removed from society. Thanks for tuning into HardNews TV4. I'm your host, Terri Lynn, and this is the channel where truth is like archaeology, and every day we're digging for it. Today is October 10th, 2020, and this is my top 10 for today. So liberal Keith Olbermann says on television that Trump and his supporters must be prosecuted, convicted, and removed from our society. He's not just attacking Trump now. He's saying that anybody that has that conservative mindset needs to be prosecuted, convicted, and removed from society. Jesus said in the last days they will kill you and think that they're doing a service to God. It says in the last days you're going to be hated of all men for my name's sake. He says in Matthew 24, after wars, rumors of wars, pestilence, all that, he said, this is the beginning of sorrows, and then you shall be handed over and shall be prosecuted. Persecuted and prosecuted. And so now the liberal media is calling for that Christian conservative mindset to be prosecuted, convicted, and removed from society. At least he's not calling for mass executions yet. But former ESPN host Keith Olbermann, and he was on MSN, ran right up to that line in a revolutionary style anti-Trump rant on his YouTube channel Thursday, calling for the prosecution, conviction, and removal from society President Trump, his supporters, and conservatives, including Supreme Court nominee Judge Amy Coney Barrett. He announced on Tuesday he was leaving ESPN to be able to do political commentary as the election nears. Olbermann, Trump can be and must be expunged. Trump can be and must be expunged. The hate he has triggered, the Pandora's box he has opened, they will not be so easily destroyed. So let us brace ourselves. The task is twofold. The terrorist Trump must be defeated, must be destroyed, must be devoured at the ballot box, and then he and his enablers and his supporters and his collaborators and the Mike Lees and the William Barrs and the Sean Hannitys and the Mike Pences and the Rudy Giulianis and the Kyle Rittenhouses and the Amy Coney Barretts must be prosecuted and convicted and removed from our society while we try to rebuild it. And to rebuild the world Trump has nearly destroyed by turning it over to a virus. Okay, so what does he think that Sean Hannity, Amy Coney Barrett's, what does he think that they must be rounded up, prosecuted, convicted, and removed from society for? Because we don't think like the left. But I mean, how many mega hats do you see out there burning down businesses? This is not conservatives that have torn up our civil society, but yet he's saying that we're the ones that need to be persecuted, rounded up, removed from society. The visceral and the hatred is just going to simmer and get worse. This is article number 2 from October 8th. Google is giving data to police based on search keywords, court documents show. Court records in an arson case show that Google gave away data on people who searched for a specific address. So they'll just use artificial intelligence to see who's looking up conservative stuff or whatever, and they don't like what you're looking up. They already know the way your mind thinks, and they'll just get the information from Google. Article number 3, this is from yesterday. Goldman Sachs offers employees free on-site COVID-19 testing after latest trading floor outbreak. They're offering it to them, y'all. They're offering it to them. Article number 4 is from today. Operation Moonshot. The United Kingdom says weekly COVID test could offer passport to freedom. Oh, so the entire world had their freedom pulled from them, but they hold up freedom like a carrot, that if you want your freedom back, if you want the carrot, then you need to do what we want you to do. They took our freedom away and said they'll give it back if we submit to their demands to give it back. Article number 5, this is from October 8th, Daily Mail. What could possibly go wrong? Ministers could use an algorithm to decide which vulnerable people in coronavirus hotspots have to stay home and shield indefinitely as the government claims spreads of coronavirus is getting out of control. So how would you like an AI telling the government that this person and this person needs to stay home indefinitely? Indefinite detention? Article number 6, this is from October 8th. The average American is recorded 238 times a week. That comes out to 34 times a day. You're being recorded. Who you're talking to, what you're doing, where you're going. And you might say, well, that's all right. It don't matter. Couldn't they create you in a fake situation with deep fake? I don't want to be watched by the government 34 times a day. Article number 7, this is from October 8th. Defense to outfit and steer military dogs with augmented reality goggles. Sights are set on tapping new technology to help better protect soldiers and canines they guide. Y'all, this is like a Will Smith movie that I saw. I don't know which one it was, but it was like the dogs were like augmented. I mean, we're going into sci-fi stuff here when they're wanting to augment the reality of animals that God created. U.S. military dogs might one day be equipped with augmented reality goggles that their human service member partners can remotely provide guiding commands through during dangerous rescue operations and explosive device hunts. Of course, they're always going to paint it in the rescue, it's for your own good. We're going to help you. They're not going to tell you about the demented AI reality they're going to put in front of that dog. Article number 8, ATF, this is from yesterday, issues a cease and desist order to pistol maker. Change in classification could push those who already own honey badger outside the law. The ATF in August issued a cease and desist order to halt the production of honey badger AR pistol, according to a letter from the Bureau that surfaced this week. The QLLC honey badger pistol, which fires the .300 blackout cartridge, sports a barrel length under 16 inches and uses a pistol arm brace, which traditionally allowed a firearm to be classified as a pistol under ATF guidelines, even though it is visually similar to a rifle, according to the letter. However, the ATF decided the honey badger was not a pistol on August 3rd and sent QLLC a notice to cease production. So the government sent a letter to a private company, not a federal company, but a person doing business, and told them that they had to quit making this item. Pistol classification allows citizens to own rifle-style compact pistols with short barrels, including incurring a $200 tax stamp and registration status with the Bureau, according to Silencer Central. The ATF decided that honey badger was a short-barreled rifle and was not a pistol after countless units were purchased by the public, meaning that those who own the weapon in question may be considered felons for possessing unregistered SBRs, short-barreled rifles, the letter read. So if you own this, you might be considered a felon now. See, this is all what it's about. They're just going to change the definitions of stuff. We already know who's been labeled a terrorist. Now it's, there's no being grandfathered in, you're automatically called a felon now. Article number 3. One in 5 Americans could be out of money by election day. And article number 10. Skynet does the office. Citrix says by 2035, workers with implanted chips will have labor market advantage. And what's the Bible say? If you don't have the mark of the beast in your head or in your forehead or in your hand, you won't be able to buy or sell or work or do anything like that. So they say that people who's going to have the microchip in 15 years will have a labor market advantage. Yeah, you ain't going to be able to buy or sell without it. And so that's just saying probably the majority by 2035 would have it. So what's going to happen in the years leading up to it? The labor market advantage. Just when you thought things couldn't get more dystopian this year, American multinational software company Citrix has quietly released into the internet ethos that is, it expects workers to have implanted chips by the year 2035. They join names like Zoom and Slack as popular talking points during the coronavirus pandemic as more Americans work from home. The trend, while it may reverse course post-pandemic, I doubt it, we're never going back, is widely considered to be secular in nature as software and technology has made it easier than ever to work from home. But just how easy should we be making it? Citrix seems to think that Americans should be willing to start turning themselves into cyborgs, a decision that as champions of liberty we are fine with if people want it, but at the behest of their corporate overlords. 54% of business leaders believe that by 2035, workers with implanted chips will have a labor market advantage, take a step into the future of work. Well, we know it's going to be before then, but they are conditioning you to accept it. And back to number 1, Keith Olbermann thinks that we all need to be prosecuted, rounded up, prosecuted, convicted, and removed from society. We're just like cockroaches to them. So, y'all, please leave me your comments below and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Love y'all. Bye-bye.